Mm-hmm.
On-premise payroll.
Mm-hmm.
So on-premise payroll, what exactly we can configure? What exactly we can configure in? We
Mm-hmm.
have IMG, we have info
Yeah.
types,
Yes.
then we have schema,
Mm-hmm.
and above schema we have a payroll driver.
Mm-hmm.
Under schema we have sub schemas, we
Mm-hmm.
have functions and PCRs. Nothing but rules are there here. And finally, when you run the payroll, there will be a cluster. That is
Mm-hmm.
payroll in the PCL2 cluster. In the PCL2 cluster, RT table, CRT table, BT table, AB table. If any taxation or
Mm-hmm.
statutories are there here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So to run the payroll, a
Mm-hmm.
minimum what info types we have to maintain? Four zeros, 001, 002, 006, 007, 008, and 009. 14, 15, 14, 15, 20, 10, 0 to 67. These are optionals whether you want to maintain or you don't. That is as you wish. But if you want to integrate absences 2001, attendances 2002, like in time, out time in 2011. So those things we
Mm-hmm.
have to maintain. So these
Mm-hmm.
info types are very common and country
Mm-hmm.
specific, like in Indian payroll, 0581, 582, 05, 580 to 591 info type. If it is
Mm-hmm.
in UAE, so 3251, 3251, I think, yeah, check it. So 3251, that is the social insurance only. And one more thing also, occupational hazard, only those two info types are there. Other than that, we don't have much info types for that. But when you know one country payroll to know other country, only these info types are very common. PA time are very common. Only payroll info types are different.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing is here, in the IMG, say for example, if you wanted to maintain 001 info type, 001 info type, what is there, what we have to enter in the payroll area, we can create. In IMG, first you can create period parameter, date modifier, and we can
Mm-hmm.
create payroll area. When you
Mm-hmm.
create payroll area, that will reflect in 001 info type. 001
Mm-hmm.
info type. And when you run payroll by using payroll driver or by
Mm-hmm.
using a T code,
Mm-hmm.
so by using a T code like Indian payrolls PC00 underscore M40 underscore CALC. If it is UAE payroll PC00 underscore MAE underscore CALC is the transaction code.
Mm-hmm.
This transaction code, and you can run payroll. When you run payroll, there is a function, ename function, ename function in a subschema. It is reading data 001 and 002. So
Mm-hmm.
and yes, this is okay. Then yes, ename function it is reading here. That is what exactly 001 info type we have to maintain. Next
Mm-hmm.
one. So where we can configure, just I will log on to the server, just I can show you. I'm logging to the server through the GUI. Then S4HANA, it is a cloud is also there here. By entering URL, you can go ahead here. I'm going with the GUI.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is my, yeah, payroll area where you can create. I will go through the navigation path. You are an ABAPer, so that you
Mm-hmm.
know more about programs and table names. But as a functional consultant, if you know the program, if you know the table name, SM30, enter the table name, you can go ahead. There is no issue. Okay,
Okay.
so SM30, there is a table V underscore T549A table. In that table, so we can see the payroll area. Say for example, 99 payroll area is there. Here, this is the payroll area we created. Again, one more also. LA. There is another payroll area. It is there. Oh, somebody has okay. 99. I will take it here. This is one payroll area is there. This payroll area, where it is maintained, go to PA30. In which info type it will come into picture? It will come into
1 and 2.
picture. 001 info type it will come. Just I will show you. So payroll area 99 and personal area AEDU. Just a minute, I can check. There is only one employee. Yeah, 1300 employees there here. 1300 employee. Okay, so in 001 info type, 001 info type, click on display, and you can see the payroll area. Here it is coming. With this, if you run payroll, how do you run payroll? PC00 underscore MAE underscore CALC. Let me run payroll. If we can run payroll. Okay, so when you are a payroll consultant, whether you work in EC payroll or in cloud or on ECC also, whatever it is here. So we need 1300, I think, right? What is the employee number?
1300, yes.
1300, just a minute.
So 99 payroll area is a constant across the country or specific to countries?
No. Just whatever you can create. I create with a 2-digit code. It is not across the country. 99 is a country grouping. This is a payroll area. Payroll area is created with any 2-digit code, not across the country. Payroll area is always country specific. One payroll area for one country, it is not used to another country.
Okay.
With that, we have to create generate payroll periods. Country grouping that, okay. Now here we run payroll here, and if you want to see the pay slip of this UAE, here basic pay 25,000, monthly housing car allowance, insurance is there here. But here I wanted to tell you, here we can check here. There is subschemas are there. Here in edit basic data, ename is a function. Here it is reading here P001. It is reading your payroll area. Here your payroll area. So what I'm trying to tell you as a consultant, okay, as a consultant, when you run the payroll in the log or in the PCL2 cluster, if you are seeing the output in which info type it was maintained, okay, if you are maintaining an info type, somewhere we have to create that is IMG implementation guide. This is about this. Now next one, basic pay configuration. After that, recurring payments and deductions. Then additional payments. So basic pay info type is 8 info type. Recurring payments and deductions is 14 info type. And additional payment is 0015 info type. There are so many steps everywhere. You are going to copy a waste type and you are maintaining certain pay scale type, pay scale area, recurring and entry permissibility. So those we are going to maintain, and you can maintain 8, 14, 15. Now the question is, if you maintain 8 info type, there is a subschema. There is a function WPBP, workplace basic pay is a function. It will read 8 info type. And P0014 function, it will read 14 info type. And P0015 function, it will read 0015 function. Right.
Okay.
Now just I wanted to show you where it will be in the log. So just now where it will be here in edit basic data WPBP. First I wanted to show you what is 8 info type, what I maintain. Just go to PA30. Okay, let me maintain 8 info type, basic pay. In the basic pay, I created here one GA1 basic pay 25,000, one GA2 12,500. There is a general manager junior is getting 25,000. Other than that, there are so many grades are there here. I created general manager junior 25,000, manager junior 15,000. This is where we can create this. It is created in IMG that I can show you where we can create. I'm not going through the navigation path, directly table v underscore T510 table. You go there and you can check. So AE, GA, G1, here we created. Pay scale type, just a minute. We have to maintain country grouping first actually. So O0, whenever you work in payroll, O037, okay, this is country grouping only. Why it is not coming? SM30, V underscore T510 table. Pay scale type is GA, G1. It's not GA, pay scale type, just 1 minute. Acha, AE we have taken, okay. AE, just a minute. AE, A1. Here, general man, if you want to create, you can create. So if you maintain that, where it is coming in WPBP, there is an info type E8, so it is going to come into picture. It is reading pay scale type, pay scale area, pay scale group, and pay scale level. This four we maintain T510 table. In output table, there is a IT table is there where we can check 1 GA 125,000, 1 GA to 12,500. So what is the funda as a consultant? In the backend, IMG how to configure and maintain those info types. Once you maintain those info types, you have to run payroll. When you run payroll, what is a subschema, what is a function, what is a PCR such as. Now, so this is what is this. But now very important thing in SAP HM, either in EC payroll, PCR. What is mean by PCR? PCR stands for the personal calculation rule. What is mean by personal calculation rule? Personal calculation rule is nothing but a mathematical calculation. What is mean by mathematical calculation? Say for example, for a day, company is giving daily allowance 100 rupees. Assume that. Okay. How it is calendar days, how it is working days. How it is calendar days, how it is working days. Normally in the mathematics, we can do per a day 100. Okay, calendar days January 31 days. 31 into 100 is equal to 3100. If it is calendar days February, February 28 into 100 is equal to 2800. Okay, working days in January only 23 days into 100 is equal to 2300. So in the mathematics, you have to calculate like this. But in SAP, you have to write a PCR. How we can write a PCR? So a PCR is nothing but mathematical calculation. What is a mathematical calculation? Now, number you are taking calendar days. Rate you are taking here 100. Now what we have to do? Number into rate is equal to amount. That amount must be stored in a wage type. Simple logic here. In the mathematics, number is equal to calendar days. Rate is equal to 100. Number into rate amount. So, and you have to add a wage type. So in SAP, there are some operations are there. Operations are in PE04. Okay, so these operations are part of the program. So program is normally you know that the payroll driver. So how it will work out here? ADDWT, I will tell you what is that. NUM is equal to TKSOLL. Then rate is equal to 100. Then MULTI NRA. Then ADDWTI. Then you have to enter your wage type. Here there is no much logic here. ADDWT is nothing but OT table. When we run payroll, where you are going to see the output to get that nothing but the payslip, that is operation is ADDW2. Number, so every wage type will have number, amount, rate. Number means number of days of number of hours. NUM number of days is equal to TKSOLL. There are three words are there. TKSOLL, TASOLL and TSSOLL. Second letter, whatever we have written here, K means calendar days, A means working days, S means working hours. So number is equal to TKSOLL. So that means 31 days is equal to here. Calendar days means number of days is equal to 31 days. January, February 28 days. Rate is equal to per day how much it is 100. Now I want number into rate. We have to multiply. So SAP has provided multi operation. Then NRI number into rate into amount. Number rate amount is going to be stored in a particular wage type that you have to specify. So this is a PCR. Now this PCR, it is based on certain conditions. What is the condition? If employee is present more than 20 days only, this is given. If employee works less than 20 days or equal to 20 days, and this is not given, conditions we have to write down. So conditions are normally we can already your NABAP you have written, but in the PCR also you can specify. So why
Mm-hmm.
PCR is required here? Most of the PCRs are very simple and it can calculate employee salaries, additions, deductions, divisible. Say for example, now one employee monthly bonus is 25,000. Assume that 20,000. Company is giving monthly bonus. Company is giving monthly bonus 3% is on basic pay. Then how system can calculate? So so monthly bonus and 3%. So this 3%, this is one scenario. How system can calculate here? Okay, so normally here 2000 is equal to 100%. Okay, so then 3% is equal to how much? How system can calculate here? 2000 into 3 by 100 is equal to, you are going to get the amount. So that
Mm-hmm.
logic we have to write down. That is one thing here. At the same way, monthly bonus is now basic pay. Sorry, this is the basic pay. This is the basic pay here. Now basic pay is 20,000. Basic pay is 20,000. Then monthly bonus is half of the basic pay. Half of the basic pay. Or monthly bonus, monthly bonus is basic pay by calendar days. Basic pay calendar days, you are getting some amount. Then present days into the present days into XX. So what amount you are going to get? This is nothing but a PCR. So why PCR knowledge is very, very important here? Say for example, companies in Hyderabad, companies in Mumbai. Hyderabad people are getting monthly bonus 2500. Mumbai people are getting 3200. This you need not maintain manually in 14 or 15. Many people they can say if you maintain manually, we may enter more amount or we may enter less amount. So in such a cases, only the solution we have to go to only the PCR. So a PCR we can write down only for the fixed amount or percentage based or divisible, multiplication and additions and deductions and comparison. What is mean by comparison? If your basic pay is 0 to 15,000, okay, your
Mm-hmm.
monthly bonus is 100,
Mm-hmm.
1,000. If your basic pay is greater than 15,000, your monthly bonus is 2,000. So such PCRs we can write down here. So here, what I am going to teach you in IMG, whatever the payroll topics are there, we can configure and I can go and maintain all the info types and I can touch all the payroll schemas functions and we will go all customer specific PC, all customer specific PCRs. And why customer specific PCRs are required, that I will tell you. Second thing, standard PCRs also we have to know. Say for example, now here I want to show practically I'm running payroll for an employee. Now you are getting this amount. Now
Okay.
why a PCR we have to know. Now we are getting this amount perfect. Now and why we have to know a PCR, I wanted to tell you. Now I'm running payroll here. I'm running payroll
Mm-hmm.
here. When I run payroll, you are getting output. So I do a small thing here now. SM30 V underscore 512 W underscore D table. D table. This is linking a wage type to the processing classes, accumulation classes, evaluation classes. There is one wage type is there here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute. Right, 1GA1. So here I'm removing here. If I remove, what will happen? You will get an error. So that this PCR you have to know, because in real time company people will ask you to change the scenario. Okay, they will tell the scenario. When they tell the scenario, we have to modify. How do we modify? So if you wanted to modify, you have to know the PCR. And if you wanted to know the PCR, you should be able to write a PCR. When you are able to write a PCR, then only you can modify that. Taking time. Sai, this is a situation here. Sometimes it is taking too much of time. Right. Now, if I run payroll here, I will get an error now. So this error will, if you are able to analyze and give a solution for this, complete payroll. Just this is enough here. What it is tying? Okay, now this is a time schema. So you have to know time schema. In time schema, there is a PCR AE10. Okay, there is a processing class 1. It is telling here error. What does it mean? What does it mean in the sense? I will show you the PCR also here. This is country to country, the PCR slight differences. This is UAE payroll. Okay, in UAE, how it will be there here, you can check it here. Here, now system is telling if a wage type is linked to, if the wage type is salaried employee, it is maintain processing class 1. If you have to maintain 0, 1, 2, 3. If you won't maintain any one of them, you are getting this error. So here we have specified, say in the PCR it is telling error Y1GA1. Click on. So it is not maintained. So what we have to maintain? 0, 1, 2, 3. Only these we have to maintain. If you maintain 0, nothing is. If you maintain this, that amount will come here. If you maintain 4, that amount will come this. If you maintain 3, the amount will come the secondary base type. So based on this, but here what did you specify? If you won't specify this, so system has to throw an error message. What all these things, if you know, just you can come to know. Right. So altogether, what I'm trying to tell you, in IMG, I can configure everything here, like basic settings, basic pay, recurring payments and deduction, additional payments, absences, time-based type, cumulation-based type, cumulations, loan, retro payroll, okay, DMA, okay, social insurance, and occupational hazard, even leave passage also. In UAE, leave passage means yearly company will give you 4 or 5 international tickets company will give you to the family members. Those we'll discuss, and we can maintain these info types, and by using the payroll driver, by using the T code and main schema, sub schema. Okay, I will show you the schema directory also here, how it will be. I wanted to show you /npe01 here, AE00. This is a schema. In this schema, just now I have shown you AED0. In AED0, I have shown you ename and WPBB. Some other functions are there. So these are, so I want to give a
I have one question here.
Yes.
So every country payroll will have one payroll schema for specific that country.
Yes, localization. Every country will have its own country specific schema is there.
And under the schema, there will be function, and the function will have PCR.
Main schema, under main schema, sub schema, under sub schemas, functions and PCRs.
Okay. Why we need sub-schema? Maybe due to some state
See,
regulation.
sub-schema in the sense, normally when you write a program, if it is a big one and you can include some sub-programs, like includes are there. Like that, here main schema, sub-schema is there. Or else I don't want sub-schema, I want to make it everything into the main schema, also you can put it over there. But that is standard process, that is. When you are working on ERP, schema you are not going to design, it is already there. Schema concept, it is there, just you have to copy whatever the process it is there, you have to copy. Where you wanted to modify, there you can go and you can modify. Only 5 to 7 10% we can modify, rest is everything is same. Some people they can say that I created a schema. We never create a schema. Schema is already there. What it is reading, what PCR it is, what function it is, just we have to go. We never create a PCR. Sir, we never create a schema, sub-schema. We copy it. And coming to the PCRs, we will write a PCR, we will create a PCR, we will develop a PCR, we will modify the existed one.
Okay. And where this PCR is linked to function?
No, that's separate here. A PCR, it is in the sub-scheme. I will show you one PCR to you. Here, just
I'm
I
just
have shown.
understanding whole thing actually, because when you start training, I want because
No, no,
One
no. The
can
thing
run
is
it.
here in one day you cannot once it goes on you can understand. This is the demo
Yeah,
session.
yeah,
Na? Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
No, no. There is no issue here because you're already in ABAPer. You can understand once I write one, two, three PCRs and we can when you can sit before the system and you can write a PCR, you can understand. Just now I have shown you one PCR. So what is that? I have shown you this is a PCR. This is the logic. That is only the logic. Once you're an ABAPer, it is very simple to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so what I'm going to teach you here and IMG, what we can develop, what info types we have to maintain, and what is subschema, what functions are there, and run payroll. I can show you the output here. So this is the thing here. I'm not going to touch payroll control central. I am not going to touch ECP. I will teach you on-premise SAP HCM side running payroll. Okay, coming to ECP. Okay, in ECP, what do? You can create a payroll control center. There you can create some waste types also. Then when you are mapping point to point, whatever the waste type you create an employee central, and you can map whatever it is 18 footer, 14, 15 footer. To run payroll, there is a payroll control center. From there you can run payroll. But 80-85% is configuration in the back end only IMC. Only in the front end from ECP, just you are going to run payroll.
Mm-hmm. So what if like we create some custom waste type and then how backend system will know?
So where do you create a waste type? Always, all waste types are custom waste types only. Whatever the waste type we can maintain to the employee, everything is a custom waste type only.
Okay, whenever we create waste type and if that waste type has
Waste
some
type is always customer specific.
yeah, customer specific. I get your point.
Right.
Some of the yeah, possible, yes. Yeah, yeah,
Now,
you are correct, yeah, yeah.
there is one concept. There are secondary waste types are there and primary waste types are there. From primary waste type, you can copy and you can use. Secondary waste types are system generated. Even secondary waste types also we can copy. That is from only here only. That is only from ECC, not from ECP.
Okay, okay.
Right?
So all the calculation, everything, PCR or whatever we call it, like a backend calculation, let's say that
Backend
way.
completely it is from the SAP HCM only. We never write a PCR in employee central payroll. Only the data, fetching the data from IMG and only your front end only there you are running payroll.
Yeah. So it is very important that okay. I have one question. Maybe if you can help me
Tell
to
me.
understand, because SAP nowadays, I think we recently SAP brought in SAP payroll, right? I think 6, 8, 17, something like around that.
No, no, I didn't
That's
get
most.
you.
So SAP is ECP I meant to say
Right,
ECP concept,
right,
recent concept, not like very old, like 10, 15 years
right,
back. Not
right,
it's recent and getting momentum right recently after S/4HANA migration or
right,
whoever implemented success factor, like in my case.
right.
So what if there is a like we have if somebody has a on-premise payroll running and they want to use ACP,
Mm-hmm.
how this scenario play out? It will be lift and shifts to the cloud.
No, I didn't get your question because the client is in S4HANA or ECC.
Yes, for HANA. We have
Okay.
so one of the client I'm working and that where I'm looking forward for the training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where we have already EC SCM payroll is already running on premise. Okay,
Okay.
and we have success factor system already there.
Mm-hmm.
So now we want to implement ECP.
Okay. Success factor is there now. Success factor now you want to implement ECP, right?
Correct.
Okay. What you have to do first? So ECP, no point to point integration. So EC to EC payroll, point to point integration or portlet and info type integration you have to do point to point. P2P
Mm-hmm.
replication. That is one thing. Second thing, PCC, payroll control center. Payroll control center is a place where we can create the waste types or whatever the waste types are in ECC. So you can replicate into EC payroll. But many people, what what they are doing here, okay, they are creating the waste types in employee central PCC and asking the ECC consultant to change the waste type code. No, it's not a good habit. Whatever the waste type code, it is already you said that your payroll is running the same waste type. You can replicate into PCC payroll control center. From there you can run the payroll. Okay, if ECC is there, you are implementing ECP. When you are implementing ECP, first point to point integration replication of EC to employee central payroll, then PCC payroll control center we have to create, then we can go ahead. right?
You're covering that into the training part,
No,
right?
no, no. I am not touching ECP related. Only I'm starting backend
Okay,
completely this, and I will show every output.
okay. So, Mike, so you in what I understood from your communication, if in my case, or let's say I'm just taking hypothetical situation, okay?
Tell me.
Not like real one.
Okay,
So
we
in
have to yes, yes,
ECC payroll is running, and
right.
then we want to implement ECP. Whatever
Okay.
you are going to teaching, that will be backend always going to be same, even if that is in a cloud. But what about like if you want to, we have lots of PC. There could be lots of PCR, right?
Right.
Into the in payroll. It's like we cannot. It cannot be situation like always going to be like a regulation changes, something changes, statutory requirement comes, new requirement
If
comes.
you know the basic of the PCRs in the future, any kind of PCR you can write down. If you know
So
0
I'm
to
like
9,
wondering, one thing, like this where I want to, this will help me because if we already have lots of PCR written in the existing payroll system, how that will be migrated to the ECP then?
no, no, Yuvraj here, there is no, not lots of PCR, hardly 50, 60 PCRs are only there here.
Yeah, but
If
it's
you
60
know, no,
PCR.
no, yes. If you know a few PCRs, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 PCRs, well, every PCR you can, the concept we have to know. There may be 1,000 PCRs also there here. Okay,
Yeah.
if you know the PCR concept, any kind of PCR is there, it is easily we can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Easily we can. Certain PCRs we never touch it here. So the proration related, time integration related, taxation related, statutory related, those PCRs we will touch it. Certain standard PCRs which comes from the program we never touch them here. But certain PCRs every day we have to check it, like proration. Okay, calendar day calculation, working day calculation. Okay, if an employee join mid of the period, if an employee take LOP, if you want to calculate retro period salary, if you want to calculate, base type on base type. In such a case, those you have to know here. The thing is here coming to the PCR because already you know ABAP, you know ABAP HR, you know EC, you know ECP. If you have good PCR knowledge, okay, you can go. Now how the companies are there is a payroll consultant, there is a ECP consultant. Recently I have seen there is a P2P what is mean by P2P what does he do, and the market is like that, but a person who knows back end of IMG of payroll and front end of ECP. In the ECP what you are going to do, actually ECP is nothing. ECP back end engine is complete SAP HCM, only point to point integration. So EC data is going to replicate in the into the payroll. Okay, that is one
Mm-hmm.
thing. Then payroll control central. A ECP consultant, 90% he knows only the back end. Only 10% you are doing PCC payroll control center and P2P replication only.
Okay.
Right. So I'm clear with the, okay. Coming to the payroll side, any question you can ask, any PCR you can ask, any scenario you can give. There is no doubt I can show you. Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
so how much time this will take to complete whole payroll part?
Complete one payroll, it will take 1 month, a week or more or less. It's not accurately 1 month. Normally, it will take 4 weeks, and sometimes it will take 5 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks. It will take. Okay, one scenario is going on. You ask some queries, then it may be extended. So minimum 1 month, maximum 1.5 month. Sometimes, yeah, 1.5 month.